All right. That took longer than expected. You know what won't? Week 15. Because that's already over. This is week 16 of Smiles. Go for miles. How are you? You want No, you know, we're just gonna chill with this actually. This is fine. I have an ulcer directly underneath my tongue. And it's really painful. But that's okay. How are you doing? Yeah, I have made you sit for a little while. Best part of 15 minutes. But you know, it's not like I haven't done that before. Um, but yeah. We're starting with Smiles Conference, and you want to see battles, so I guess we're going to get into battles. In terms of Smiles Conference this week, it's a very big week. This is the final week before the final week of League Play. Penultimate is the correct word. And we are building up to the feature match this week, which is the Bradford Bulu against the Plymouth Pachirisu. These battles are all critical. So let's get into them. Okie dokie. What have we got here? It is the Yorkshire Yanma up against the Snorlax Vs Starmies. Now, we should really look at the standings before every single battle. I wish it would automatically change so I could see them. Starmies 9-6. A win puts them far more comfortable. The Yanma, really, they're out of playoff contention, but, you know, they're still a dangerous opponent. At least they were before they made their trades. And now they're vibing. But, you know, there's a lot of firepower, quite literally fire, which, given the amount of ice on the Starmie side of things, is significant. We'll place the bet. What will Glaceon Terra into this game? Because I'm pretty sure Glaceon's the only Terramon there. Flygon's probably tier 3. Probably Snorlax as well, God forbid. Well, it's best at answering the King Gambit, so it's probably Terra Fighting. If Snorlax dies, though, does Camerupt go? No, because Screamtail exists. So we'll have to see what Icy can do to try and pull off the upset. Well, here we go. It's Mega Camerupt. Immediately, it's Terra Fighting and a Protect, of course, to get that Terra off. A smart move from Sniper. Then a Will-O-Wisp reveal from the Mega Camerupt, Ashley Barnstormer. And in comes Snorlax, as one would expect. Second Rocks as well. Nice little utility from the Camel. It's a good start for Icy. An Earthquake is Hydro Pump Snorlax. That is cool. That is very cool. It's funny that it doesn't kill because it's Snorlax's special attack, but that is very cool. Knockoff gets rid of the Assault Vest. That one is tier 3. Of course it is. Ice Beam. Special Snorlax doing about as much damage as you would expect, but then Freeze Beam takes effect. Our first battle of the week and we've got a Freeze Beam. Isn't that just great? Darmanitan with a free kill. And clicks Flare Blitz to cover for the King Gambit switch. Sniper will get the first kill. Okie dokie. Well, poor Icy has just been a bit railed here after playing this battle very well until this point. Well, he hasn't really played it any differently, but he's been a bit ruined. Glaceon, super happy to not take the rock damage big time. Means it can actually switch in on a Headlong Rush. Pretty cool. And there is Tangrowth. The wish goes up. Tangrowth begging, but why would it stay in? Because it's super tanky, apparently. It's not happening. You either freeze straight away or you don't ever unfreeze. All right. Here comes Snowman Ymir. He's healed. Does Slowking want to stay in front of him? Jesus, I don't think he does, but he's going to try and Thunder Wave, and he will get the Thunder Wave off. That's massive. Don't know if Screamtail gets Cleric options. Oh. bit of blessing for Icy. Just ending the misery. Okie dokie. Right. Down to 4. And comes Killer Wattrel. Snorlax. And on an Air Slash that does way more than one would expect. But that Assault Vest has been knocked off. That could just be Specs Killer Wattrel. Pretty much Meowscarada and whatever Flygon's got up its sleeve left. Terra Steel. Air Slash supreme amounts of damage. Tanks the Draco Meteor and the King Gambit in the back. This is actually looking a little bit sketchy for the Starmies. Terra Steel, obviously a nice play, but you know, paralyzed Darmanitan is not okay. Wish goes up. Does this thing get Heal Bell? Calm Mind. What? What? Nasty Plot? What in earth? I don't think Calm Mind is going to win here, though. I mean, sure, Slowking probably ain't going to do tons, but doesn't King Gambit just come in and bonk this thing anyway? For the most part. 50% damage. How much can it return? Can it take out the Slowking at least? Another nasty plot. Okay. I don't really know what's going on. Protect for a little bit more value, lefties. Okay. Wish goes up. Rather than attacking. Protect. Can take one Sludge Wave, but I don't know how much it does. Goes for the Calm Mind. Trying to push through the setup, but where's the HP going to come from? This is just a dead Scream Tail unless it one-shots. Which I guess it could. It's +3. Whoa! But wait. But it's a Glaceon. It does live. How much can it do? Is this even going to kill? No. No, after all of that, I can confirm. Whoa! It lives! It lives! But it's going to die. And after all that, the exact same scenario basically happens. Okay. Yo! Arachnidol, Ariana. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Wow. It lives the Thunderbolt. Kills with Terra Blast. What if it wished? What if it wished? Oh my god. To be fair, it probably doesn't matter. Meowscarada will do Meowscarada things because it can be Scarf and just like turn into a fighting type and low kick. Great Tusk. Does it just get rolled by a Flower Trick? That's the question, right? Because Darmanitan's dead. This thing's dead. But forcing a switch to stop any defense drops. Perhaps Meowscarada was the play. But then do you predict the switch? It's really tense. Baton Pass. But, like, yeah. Okay. What fighting type moves does this get? I think it's just low kick. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Aura, of course it gets Aura Sphere. Why wouldn't it get Aura Sphere? Because all of the cool mons that people like get Aura Sphere. Well, whoa! This wasn't Scarf. And Icy's gonna win. That is a weird one. You know, I feel like my life would have been better if I didn't watch that battle. But it did happen. And it wasn't a bad battle. It's just one that hurts the head. It wasn't badly played. Just one of them games. Congrats to the Yanma. That is scary times now for the Starmies. We have the Limerick Lumineon looking to try and capitalise on the fact the Starmies are not on a win after that. And they'll be looking to try and beat the Irish Inkays. Okie dokie. And then after this, we have the SuperRods against the Liverpool Litten. Alrighty. Okie dokie. In we go. Right. Altaria is the opener. Cloud9, very cool. No sun for you. Substitute in front of the Torkoal. This Torkoal just exists to get set up on, apparently. Eruption does break the sub. Big deal. Mega. Earthquake. That's not going to break subs anymore. This is now a Mega Altaria with a Dragon Dance up behind a substitute. Okay. What have you got? Pixelate Hyper Voice to kill? Don't think it doesn't get Pixelate. Dragon Dance again. Don't know why. Is this the difference between a one-shot? A crit? We'll never know. Earthquake will kill. Is this substitute? Just in case it was Terra Steel, I think that is. Albert. Trick Room. Calm Mind. That's a kill. Roaring Moon for the comeback. Here we go. Torkoal. Only it was still full HP. Gets that quick yawn off. Here we go. This is it. This is what's needed to allow the Roaring Moon to set up. Solar Beam will connect. And Infernape will willingly go to sleep, apparently. So in comes Roaring Moon. Sleep Talk Infernape, anyone? No? Okay. We'll never know. We will never know what was going to happen because Sarkis just walked away with a 5-0 win. And that is what happened. Cool. It is the Fishpond SuperRods. And the Liverpool Litten. Another Dave versus Goliath. David versus Goliath, I believe it should be. But the match after that shan't be the case, as it would be the Entei up against the Leeds Ludicolos. So, when will the battles start this week? We've been spoilt with some fantastic battles out of you lads and ladettes recently, so I think we can excuse the whatever it is that we've been admiring so far. Here we go. Right. I have no idea what to analyse and talk about this battle because it won't go as I expect. And that's just this generation. I don't know about it. Here's an energy ball out of a Glimora, which is very cool. I didn't even know it could do that. And suddenly it's got its sash broken by a water pulse. Okay, Aqua Jet Mega Blastoise has come to play. But that does mean Toxic Debris go up. Garchomp will here. Will we see the Rapid Spin and stay in? Ooh, did the crit matter? Quite possibly. No Life Orb, I don't know. There's the Intimidate. It's for those Toxic Spikes. Protect was there from the Garchomp. Protect Life Orb Garchomp for the scouting power. I kind of respect it. Stealth Rocks go up. Heavy Duty Boots Moltres, as one would expect, comes in for the Air Slash. Fishing for the flinch. And not finding it. Mudsdale sticks his big brown middle finger paw hoof up and says, no. Terra Fire Blast, though. That's a lot of damage. Now, of course, not weak to electric. Hits another Fire Blast, and down goes Raikou. Huge moment. For Talia, just go for another Fire Blast. Why not? Do 57%, and then die to an Earthquake. And the pressure be kept up as Sharpedo comes in. Surely that's too soon. Waterfall will get the kill through the stamina, to a great surprise of mine, I must say. And instead can be saved. So a Ditto switch, a rather cool one. 4-3 advantage. This is getting intense. The Toxic Spike's going up on both sides. This is now a hazard sesh, but Talia's going to have to switch, of course, with that choice. And suddenly, the Toxic Spikes, the Barb Barrage, although taken very well by Garchomp, as one would expect. Latios comes in. What do we see? Oh! That's unfortunate. Dragon Tail with a Life Orb. I think that's what you get for running Life Orb Dragon Tail. Right, poor Gardevoir losing nearly half its health. There's a Protect as well. Destiny Bond. I guess it gets to attack for free. This big Moonblast. Is it Scarfed? Is that Scarf Protect? I think that's Scarf Protect. Okay. Mega Sharpedo. Just hard Megas. Gets the Earthquake off. It knows it's going down to Barb Barrage. And Talia, she just can't remaneuver. The Protect. Down will go the Gardevoir and a late game hazard cleanup from Joe. Will it be the 3-0 as well? I feel it might. As big boy Chestnut is awaiting. Protect won't succeed, but Toxic Spikes are what go up. Wow. You gotta respect that. Not really much that this Ditto can do to harm itself. Smart from Joe to cover off that scenario, though. Only that Dragon Tail hit, we could have been left with a far closer ending. It's well converted at the end in just 24 turns, and the Litten will stay right up there. It's very much sat at the table for the top 4 conversation. After this, we've got the Scunthorpe Scorbunny against the Berkshire Bellossom. As, you know, these are two teams that are perhaps not in the room, let alone sat at the table for playoffs. And that is why I'm expecting content out of this battle. Iron Valiant has a new sprite. It actually looks kind of cool. Don't we all miss the 2D sprites? I do too. The gang has come from Cat, and he's looking to whatever that is. Loop. Can he succeed? Fortress with the lead. Blastoise, the Spinny Boys are here. Except one flip turns out, he dips and says, "Hi, I'm an X-Cloud." The Stealth Rocks go up. What's coming in? Soul Rock. A great X-Cloud switch in as its Fire Blast taken, but with a crit, I might add. Ha! Steen! A Soul Rock. Does it just go bang? No, it's got Morning Sun. Here's Soul Rock. Switching out into Suicune as the spin goes up. Okay, we remaneuver and the rocks go down. And that's still a standard old flip turn from the Blastoise. A substitute goes up. Thundurus is in. Thunder Punch will break. Physical Thundurus, pretty cool. Schooled. No burn. Protect is there. As a knockoff predicting the switch. Does he stay in? No, Garchomp comes in. Very easy switch in for a set like this. No stone knocked off because it's a Mega Stone. A Mega Garchomp comes to play. Stone Edge. Minimal damage against Big Boy Brian. Suicune. Flip turned on and suddenly switch initiative switch back. Now, X-Cloud is in, looking to apply the pressure, but we know Solrock has been a reliable switch in before. There's the Boom Burst. How does Solrock take it? Calm Mind in front of the Boom Burst. Oh. Scald Burns. Ah. It's going to be one of these. But does it have rest? No, it does not have rest. So actually, Cat can't really sub or else he's going to die because Boom Burst goes through. But he can protect and suddenly be at plus 3 here. We'll be able to kill with the... In fairness, Thunderous would probably have relatively done the job on Suicune. So maybe actually not huge implications, but one would wonder how much Thunderous can do. Even with a Thunder Punch, Suicune is a bulky boy. Could have claimed another kill. Well, instead, Fortress will go down now. If a very fast Blastoise is probably able to get a Rapid Spin off if it wants. Moonblast is taken very well. This is the chonkiest Blastoise, doing an immense amount of work. The leftovers going the whole time as well. Can't be killed. Gets the spin off. This Blastoise Brian is the star of the show for the Leeds Ludicolo. Terra Electric into Zen Headbutt. Okay. Terra Electric is a confusing one for me, but it is cool. And that's what matters. It is dead. Brian is going off here. It's 5-3 advantage for the Leeds Ludicolos right now. Scald will crit the Weavile. Weavile will strike back now. Is there any turnaround? Well, there's a Quark Drive going on. Ice Shard will hit, but Moonblast will clean up. Iron Valiant now looking for another kill. It'll find it. Here's the Enamorous. And there's the Enamorous. It's a 4-0 win. One of the biggest wins of the season for the Leeds Ludicolos. How's my summer? It's... I don't really have summers, to be honest. Nidal, how's your summer been? I don't know. It just means I cast less. That's all the summer means to me. What do we got here? Okay. We should have months. It's okay. Just immerse yourself, Joe, by turning on Gen 5 sprites. Then everything looks fine. Big brain. I have the Orange Brothers. Linked in no way other than colour, really. In the Rotterdam Rotoms for the Scunthorpe Scorbunny. They will go up against a rather orange team as well in the Belfast Blazikens. Everyone's been to Fake Tan at this point in the Smiles Conference. I'd say the Belfast Blazikens are slightly red. But what's going on here? Because there's a Jinx on my screen and a Ninjask. Am I going to see some fast muck plays? I don't know why. Well, I might, honestly. Baton Pass the speed into muck. What is your Tapu Lele going to do? What's your Dragapult going to do? Unfortunately, Swallow exists. The ganks to switch in. Scorbunnies have been a little bit hard done by, I think it's fair to say, this season. So, perhaps they can come up with something special here. Jinx. If I'd been Jinx. Wow. Seismitoad lead against a Ninjask. Will it just look to set rocks? Terra Grass. Solar Bit. Ninjask has a special attack stat. Terra Grasses, Power Herbs, and one-shot size. What? Like, how do you even prep for that? How do you even know you're going to get the Seismitoad in? This is so dumb. That's why it's amazing. I mean, that was a super fast Diancie. Hurricane. Ooh, the confusion. Likely saving grace because... Hold up, substitute. And confusion ends. Moonblast is not a 2-hit KO, though. But it's Future Sight from Azazel. As long as he can break this on the same turn, that's too soon. He's... Oh, no. Swalot's going to... No! No! Oh, you muppet. I mean... Clear Smog. Don't break the sub. It don't even get rid of the... Ah... That's so sad. I mean, it's amazing for the Bellossom. But that's just sad. 12 turns and it's a 6-0. That could have been a great battle. I feel sorry for Raindrop and Azazel. That went south. That went south fast. Future Sight was cool. They just had to, like, break the sub on the same turn. Very hard to do because another Mon was going to die, therefore. That is kind of cursed. I'm sad. These logos are the wrong size. So the Vs Blazikens, I believe they're a lock already for top 2. But the team looks all the same. Goldengo has a skateboard. Very cool. Oh, the Morsacoon Mimes against the Gloucestershire Gallade. After this, hello. Okie doke. So, Casper, you want to have a chance of playoffs, and you've brought a Kingler. Is it Hyper Cutter? To counter, intimidate, Crook. I will have to see. Iron Bundle is the lead. Rabombi, the answer. One would expect webs as Ice Beam hits straight into its soul and goes down. Iron Bundle, a scary mon, for sure. Sloppany decides, well, that it's just going to kill Alexam. Yeah, okay. Okay. Nice. Regidrago in. Celebi, what's Celebi doing? Terra Steel, straight up. Okay, everyone's Terra Stealing. Very cool. Dragon Dance is the name of the game. Charge Beam? What the heck? Does this thing get Earthquake? It's a bit of a threat if it does. Well, Zapdos will come in. A Dragon Dance again, though? This thing's a threat. It just kills! Static! No Static! No Static! No Static! It's over! It's just... Casper clicked Dragon Dance and he won. It's 5-0. Okie dokie. Right. Incredible. Static can not proc. I couldn't believe it. Zapdos this season. From what I've seen of it. But apparently it can indeed not proc. Fantastic. Is it actually Patch Draco? I mean, if it was, respect. I question if it was. Horty's head, Ponyta. After this, why are Subson and Harry's battles always consecutive? What is going on? I'll be playing Ariana's Altarias as well. Pretty cool. Citrus. Citrus is pretty gangster. You don't see that often. Alright. Today, Mel Metal will click button against Terra Shaman. Let's see. This will probably start really slow and cautious from both sides, and then one person will make a mistake, and then it'll just go to complete shit. Fling Flame Orb is very cool, by the way. Enables a lot of the other mons, especially Zeraora and Gallade, as knockoff will Oh, Gigaton Hammer. Okay. Giraffe Farig. The Farig Giraffe under a lot of pressure here. What can apply enough pressure to break it? Other than Gigaton Hammer. You can't use twice in a row, right? Thunderwave will hit. And thus, for a giraffe should be okay, although I have no idea why the protect happeneth. Predicting the Gigaton Hammer. That's why. Worked perfect. A wish encored. Now it's awkward. A switch into Venusaur. Looking for a knockoff? No knockoff, because it's Mega Venusaur anyway. But Gardevoir switch is highly aggressive and highly effective, but also probably can't risk not one-shotting Mega Venusaur, because Mega Venusaur is Mega Venusaur. Indeed, yes. The Mega Venusaur can stay in against the Mega Gardevoir. That's how that should work. Dom Fan in. Dom Fan out. Okay. Life Orb Sheer Force is a thing. Floatzel. It's a big moment. Dinkaton will come in rather than Shaman. Clearly, Substance Felt was too obvious. And while the Power Up Punch is there, yoinks the Assault Vest. Hold up. No more Assault Vest for Floatzel. Can't kill with Wave Crash. And get to +2. Well, surely this is just going to be like a Scarf Gallade moment. Aura also works the same. It's got Aqua Jet. It does 50%. Noticeable damage, but Yeti is leaking mons fast. And without a Dom Fan, Aura can put on a lot of pressure. And there's no priority outside of Ice Shard. Baxcalibur, is it? Well, Frigiraffe is it, but can it really live? Apparently, maybe. Subson has backed out into Zeraora and gotten himself some Thunderwave heal. Okay. There's Plasma Fists. Gone. It's a lot of damage. I don't see how Yeti wins this now, unless Baxcalibur can do some nutty stuff. Is he Dragon Dancing? He Dragon Dancing. Okie dokie. How much can he do? Well, there's the Earthquake. What has Shaman got? A switch out. Are you ever going to get that Dragon Dance back up? Each seed will be there, but I don't know if Baxcalibur's ever going to... I mean, obviously, Shaman was going to Terra, but I don't know if Baxcalibur can't Dragon Dance anything else now. And that was kind of the win con, right? It was honestly probably just worth clicking Outrage. And then it could have been Terra Fairy. Would it have been Terra Fairy? Of course not. There's a Male Metal on the team. It's down to 3v3. I just feel like Gallade and Mega Gardevoir always win this, though. Gallade just clicks go combat whenever it gets in. Or the sword move. Shaman in. Bonk. Bonk. Okay. Any Leech Seeders? Baxcalibur does come in. Pretty much it. Dragon Dancing in front of the Shaman. Prage. Oh, it's Substitute. That's BM. Seed Flare will hit quite impressively. As always, we'll get the drop when it doesn't matter. The Gallade, well, honestly, like, this is really important for their top 2 chances. That's a lot of damage. And the Morsiku Mimes, who at a time were threatening top 2, they might be out of the top 4 race. This is hard to see. But tough battles. Tough battles. Sometimes you have to play perfect. And that's hard. 2-0. And the Gallade, Gardevoir, Curlier bros, sisses, bro and sis, siblings. How about that? Will clean things up. Not the Gallade, not the Gardevoir did anything. We have the Ponyta against the Altarias. Last battle of the Smiles Conference for the penultimate week of league play. Then we have what I believe to be probably complete standings. The Smiles Conference. Now that is juicy. Shall we head into it? I think we shall. What is the answer to the Beedrill and Sneasler Spammington? Apparently, it's Terra, Torterra. And also as a Galarian Slowbro. But then the U-turns are still going to hurt. So, curious what Harry wants to do with this. He's, of course, above the Altarias in the standings. That is not a Torterra. That is a Jolteon. And it takes the Ice Beam. In comes Ting Lu. What do you got? Toxic? Light Screen. Okay. Earthquake. That is Torterra. Okie dokie. Rotom Heat. As rocks go up. Rocks go up. Okie doke. Charizard in on a Will-O-Wisp. Looking to get that Mega off, and why not? Is it Thunder Wave? Rotom Heat. It should have been Thunder Wave. Defog is, of course, highly valued. Can it take the Dragon Claw? Ting Lu ain't going to want to take it. It's Rock Slide. Wow. That is a move slot used on a non-Tough Claws move. And okay. Surging Strikes will kill. Surely. Yes. Blind? Appletuns Aggron's on the sheet. Oh, it was late. But not late. It was in time. Sorry. I didn't have it open. I opened these a while back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm not blind. I just didn't look. There's a difference. I promise. Surging Strikes on this fella just kills everyone. So despite running Rock Slide, Mega Charizard X, it looks like Harry might be okay. But the OP Sneasler boy hasn't come out yet. Could just click Diaclaw and put everything to... Oh! That is flipping... Everything's just killing each other. Jesus, I hate this. Well, Jolteon's dead. Okay. Oh, Calm Mind. How will this affect LeBron's legacy? Terrafire. Close combat. Does it get the kill in response after the defense drop? It does! Huge. That's got to be the game. Bitter Malice from the Zoroark does not. And Moody. And by Moody, I mean Berserk. Suddenly, Dramper goes mental again. Power of any setup move ever and Terra. Cool. Unlucky, Torterra. You tried hard. But it's the Altarias who will take the win. And wow, this is getting close. This is getting awfully close. Go to some fixtures, shall we? The Arnhem Appletuns, who I consider myself to be an absolute expert on, for reasons you do not understand. The Amsterdam's Aggron, the double A's. Consider this the same. The Amsterdam's Aggron, who are having, without a doubt, one of their best seasons, their best season of all time. So now, the Arnhem Appletons are weirdly standing in the way of them and their playoff bid in a way that had often been done in the opposite order in previous seasons. But Bastions understands that this is a even-numbered season, and therefore he just doesn't make playoffs. Only in odd-numbered seasons. Bastions a worthy opponent. How will Thomas match up? Mienshao the opener. Will he click Coast Combat? No, not this turn. This will be a U-turn. Articuno in. Dragon Dance is up, but is it Scarf Articuno? Aegislash comes in, trying to cover things off. Understandably. What is the Aegislash? Is it leftovers? No. Vaporeon in on a Rock Slide. What is it with Rock Slide? And this week, I don't know. School will hit attack form. Aegislash won't burn. But Shadow Claw for 49%. However, that is the Vaporeon pretty much broken. Although Bug has come in to claim what is rightfully his. The Toxic placed upon Articuno. Could have Heal Bell. Could be offensive. Double into Vaporeon, predicting a switch. Or covering the liquidation at the same time. Beautiful play from Bastions. Thomas, a little bit of a checkmate there. We'll get the Sticky Web up, though. And placed a Toxic on the bug. And that's an important thing too. Switch into Articuno. Toxic blocked. Will it be a U-turn from Articuno? We've not seen it. It's just a Hurricane. Bug takes it. Leech Lifing predicting the switch, and Thomas has been sold the bamboozle. Porygon 2 in. No trace. Must be analytic. So we see no download either. The one sad time of when you're running analytic and it's not a surprise. Thunderbolt hits, but still not a 2-hit KO on the Scizor, who... Sand Tomb Scizor. It gets Sand Tomb. What the fanooshk? And it also doesn't rest. Okay, so Porygon 2 forcing in the Gliscor, who has found room for defog on its moveset and then dies to Ice Beam. So in comes Araquanid. We'll trade Mons. Knock off there, covering off the Aegislash-Switch. Logical. What will Thomas go into now? A Switch initiative. It is the Ninetales. Entei in. Is it a Veil? No. Moonblast. And a turn slightly lost for Thomas. He can scout any potential leftovers of Entei, but it's not to be. One would usually just expect Chaddy Band, but that is weak. That's a Life Orb. This is Bastions. He don't run no Band. He runs Life Orb. Respect that. Burn on the Sacred Fire. It's not enough. Not enough to pressure the Porygon 2 out. Mienshao in on the switch. Is it another knockoff? One would expect a knockoff. Porygon 2 could respond aggressively. Goes for it. Thunderbolt. It ain't enough. And suddenly, Thomas's backbone has got a fair few broken vertebrae. Aegislash in. Forcing a switch and a sack of the Scizor. Remember, Vaporeon is too low realistically to get off a wish if Thomas plays this well and on the front foot, and with a Shadow Sneak crit, there's no Rock Setter, so it doesn't matter if he gets them up. But Life Orb, now only one move left. A very important crit as Extreme Speed will be the move. And Bastion's wriggle his way out of this. It's looking so difficult, but with a Stone Edge, it lives on 1 HP. Oh, that wasn't necessary. Come on, why do you do that? I wanted to see whether Slitherwing could clutch up at the end. On the bright side, Vaporeon's getting the wishes off, but surely the slithering of the winging. He's got this in the bag. And the Amsterdam Aggron, surely too, will march on to something not often seen in Smiles Go for Miles. And I do believe, very much so now, a positive Aggron's record. Hurricane predicting the switch. And yet, now Dragonclaw will get the kill. Wow, that was ballsy from Thomas to stay in. But I respect it. Vaporeon cannot. Surely cannot. It's only got it's got 13 wishes, to be fair. Don't make it end like this, please. This is sad. Let it be. It's not Africa. I can't believe Porygon didn't PP store with Recover. Para. And suddenly Thomas actually needs a para to bail him out. A Protect. Oh my goodness, it happens. I mean, that is not how you want to see a battle end. That is not how you want to see a battle end. Bastions, honestly, probably should have won that back. Thomas got insanely greedy. And should have been punished. But was not. Could have just recovered. Respect Bastions for believing. That's brutal that he's been rolled there. This is some... That's some dark magic right there. I don't know how to feel. I'm so conflicted. Like, Thomas winning is a funny timeline, but not like that. Not like that. Let's see the effect. Let us see the effects. Heading into the final week of the Smiles Conference. Here in Season 10 of Draft League. These are the standings. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? Well, well, well. A tie in record at the top. The Blazikens must win to secure first. They are already secured top 2, and that is ultimately what matters. Very close battle for second with the Berkshire Blossom. Dead on 1 difference. A win and a loss for the Gallade, and they're in. The Litten are literally CBA. They can get third if things go their way, but like they're top 4, and that's just where they are. Cool. The Morsegoon Mines are not safe. They are not safe because I can tell you for a fact 9 and 7 is 10 and 7 could be the record, depending on fixtures. On a 3-loss streak as well. Yeah, he is safe because Sniper and Thomas play each other. Well, there you go. Good times for the Mimes. They got time to regather and regroup. However, the fact that Sniper and Thomas play each other, and one of them will be 9 and 8. And the Aaron's Altarias and Rotoms are both sat there. While the Lumineon and the Ponyta are here. Bro, if the Rotoms somehow get playoffs. It's no. That's not. Nah. When you think about the fixtures, though. The Amsterdam's Aggron against the Snorlax Vs Starmies. The Fishbond SuperRods will play the Limerick Lumineon. The Entei against the Appletons is content. I look forward to that. The Bellossom play the Litten. Quite literally a battle for third if the Gallade do not lose to the Scorbunny. The Belfast Blazikens can secure first with a win over the Leeds Ludicolos. The Ariana's Altarias play the Rotterdam Rotoms, and the Portishead Ponyta play the Morsegoon Mimes. Well, I mean, this is playoffs. If you're about to stop watching, which you shouldn't be, all your replays need to be privated. Nobody can know the result of your battle. There will be no spectators in the final week. Let that be known. So, moving on to the Miles Conference. That's pretty much what's going on. You already know what's going on. Let's get into the games. So, we have one late fixture. We'll be starting with the Dakar Drapion against the Sleaford Snorlax. The Nottingham Noivern against the Scotland Samurott. The Red Hill Regirock against the Merseyside Mimikyu. The Super Hoopa against the London Lunalas. The Danes Deino against the Bolton Boldore. Combees against Ontario Oshawott. And the Leeds Litwicks against the Jersey Jolteons. Alright, let's get into our first game. And by that, I mean you stand and look at the team preview while I click some logos. Cool. There is an ice cube. There is an ice cue. Cue the ice cue. Because this mon is cool. There's a Clefairy? Yes, there's a Clefairy. But Clefairy has appeared in a lot more Draft League battles than Ice Cue has. And that's a fact. Will the Drapion shenanigans claim another? Will RNG infect another of their battles? God forbid. What do we got? The Scotland Samurott against the Nottingham Noivern. That is what is up next. Okie dokie. Now, I do think it's a little too late for the Dakar Drapions to make a charge, but they have found form. I don't think the Sleaford Snorlax will be happy to play in them now. When you do see them standings, the Sleaford Snorlax are literally tied for 8th with the Buckingham Bonsly, separated only on head-to-head. Let's get into it. Okie dokie. Melmetal. Bonk boy. Shuckle. No terror needed. We see an Intimidate Tauros. Fantastic switch into the Bashy boy. Leftovers there. Cool. Trailblaze beginning. Melmetal wants to switch up the moves and go for more double iron bashes and critting, apparently. Because that move can just be clicked. Well, in comes a Abomasnow. Pretty good switching for Tauros, who goes for the bulk up. What does this actually get? A fighting type move, surely. There's the Terror. And the Trailblaze. Again, does it not just die like Giga Drain? Yes, it does. And I scarcely believe the crit mattered. I'm confusion. But Mega Abomasnow is here, which is pretty cool. Sticky Web goes down. And poor Shuckle is Dwayne Johnson. He's flinched, of course. Because every time a double iron bash seems to go first, it just seems to flinch. Shuckle being saved as a sack at the cost of some potentially valuable HP on the roller skate. Abomasnow's in. Has not really got going for the Dakar Drapion yet. Train has not really left the station, and Ironhead doing so little due to chatty Abomasnow's defense in the snow. Sets up the Veil as well, because it gets all the moves. Very cool. Down goes Shuckle. Mojak to respond with the PZ. Download into agility. Focus. Jesus Christ. Goes for a nasty plot in front of the Abomasnow. And dodges another Terra Dark, but it's still weak to focus. No! No! Oh my god. No! Stop! No! No! What has just happened? Lorna? She shut the door, she can't hear. It lives! It lives! Has someone run the calculator? We've had some pretty ridiculous battles before. Oh, we even had the Litwicks against the Boldores this season, but in terms of sheer RNG, that's gotta be the most unlucky loss anyone has ever taken. And the chances are that Eevee and a Snorlax are probably going to miss playoffs in their debut season because of that battle. There's a 4-0 loss, and they were just on the cusp. They were tied for 8th. That is something. That is. Yeah. Mo is like the harbinger of hope. He has just shown up like a Grim Reaper and employed life to say no to Eevee. And life has just accepted minimum wage, 0-hour contract. Meanwhile, a Clefairy just sits there watching on. It didn't have to do anything. It saw what happened in the first 10 turns and it thought it was just going to be massacred on a loss that couldn't be saved. And bzz, the PZ has just got 6 kills. When you look at PZ on the Mon leaderboard, and you look at how many kills and deaths it's got, and you think, oh, you know, maybe an underrated Draft League Mon, maybe just a bit underused. You'll see how many kills it's got. And you'll think, you know, 6 of those happened here. We won't be able to forget these 6 kills. Because if this was a professional sports broadcast, thanks. If this was a sports broadcast, and this would go on for like years and decades, and anyone suffered an unlucky loss ever, let alone one in playoffs, or at least one with playoff implications, soon to the time. Of course, everything affects playoffs, but, you know, these final 2-3 weeks, they're when battles tend to mean more. You know what your scenario you're in, and you've seen what people have brought, so it's when Draft League's at its best. Now, they would bring up a small box. And, you know, they'd calculate the odds of someone's unlucky loss, and you go, wow, that was a really unlucky loss. But it wasn't as unlucky as the Sleaford Snorlax against the Dakar Drapion in Season 10, August 2023. They'd bring that up every single time because it just won't ever be topped. You just won't beat that. That would be the statistic of the broadcast. I don't even want to watch any of the other battles. They don't matter anymore. Nothing can happen in these, surely, nothing can happen in these battles that even closely resembles what I've just seen. Well, it's got a Samurott here. Techo looking for dubs. But will the Nottingham Noivern be willing? The Nottingham Noivern, who are very sneakily bringing themselves back into contention here, it has to be said, in the Miles Conference. One would have been surprised, really, that they were out of contention for some time in the early mid of the season. But I guess that's what you get for drafting a Cresselia and a Mega Venusaur. Here's Cleavor. Sash Cleavor, indeed. Can it return with a one-shot? It can agility, which is pretty cool, but a switch is possible for Techo, and we'll take it. As a baton pass Cleavor into Tornadus. How cool is that? There's a nasty plot. Levi setting up in Techo's face. Techo time in front of Techo. And it is not looking good. Brev. Okay. That was a good game. Levi with the very cool set. And it's 6-0. And now we have the Red Hole Regirock against the Merseyside Mimikyu. Following this will be the Super Hoopa against the London Lunalas in a very purple matchup, one would say. I just feel sorry for Techo. Like, whenever they set up, it doesn't work. And then people just set up in front of their face, and it works. Not cool. So, we have got Slowbro, Hoopa, Vileplume, Heatran, Scizor, Clefable. This looks slow. This is what this looks. Rotom Wash is the opener. Slowbro comes in a very tense and important battle for both sides. A trick, giving Choice Scarf to the Vileplume. A very nice start here for Finchy. But does Vileplume really need anything other than Strength Sap? Apparently Leech Seed will annoy the Scizor and force it to U-turn on the Charizard switch in. And then back in comes a Rotom to bait like a Flygon. Does it want a Terra? Slowbro comes in. Just click U-turn. Okay. No Rocky Hammer on Slowbro, so this is going to take some time. Mariah feels the need for leftovers and will stay in and probably slack off on that U-turn. No, counter! Finch, you didn't see that coming. Why would you see it? Clefable now very low. And Slowbro, thanks to leftovers, is going to be quite healthy after that. Mold Breaker, of course, forcing a switch into the Brute Bonnet rather than Earthquake, just in case Finchy forgot the Mold Breaker on the Levitate. Vileplume in. Spore blocked. No knockoff, but of course, knockoff would have got rid of the Choice Scarf. So Brute Bonnet really can't do anything to this Vileplume, and this is where the battle is going to prove to be very slow. It's going to stay in remarkably and go for a Spore. Why would Rai switch? I do not know. Maybe predicting the prediction of the switch to Heatran or Scizor. Oh, because Synthesis is a thing, and Sludge Bomb just won't poison. Cool. In comes Charizard. Spore this turn? No. Protect. Okay. Unfortunate. As a double back into Vileplume. Okay. Very exciting gameplay. Scizor comes in. on a Sludge Bomb. Okie doke. 3 U-turns. Charizard will come back in. Yes, it does, indeed. Flygon to click U-turn, or will it actually Rock Slide this time if it has it? It's a Stone Edge. Okay. Crit on the Vileplume, who of course is scarfed, but can recover with Strength Sap. On the U-turn into Charizard. Absolutely nothing is happening as Vileplume gets U-turned on. Scizor to U-turn. Right. This is just a waste of my life. What am I doing? Magma Storm traps in the Roost. Can it U-turn? Can it just U-turn out? U-turn and break the balloon. Scizor in, scouting the U-turn, but it's not got U-turn. Okay. It's a Life Orb. Wow. You do not see Raya run Life Orb often. Must be very important to a specific role. Probably ensures one shot on Scizor or something with Fire Fang. Well, Clefable's down. And Charizard's going to come in as Regenerator continues to exist for U-turn answering. I mean, this is still going okay for Finchy. His U-turns are adding up. The Stone Edges aren't because they're missing, which is a bit unfortunate. Strength Sap, okay. Yep. Roost, okay. Suddenly Charizard can Mega. Whoa. Photosynthesis, though, that's very cool. Hidden Power predicting the switch. That's Hidden Power fighting, I would imagine. Is interesting. Kind of cool. Maybe it's Hidden Power Ice. I don't know. Spore. Rotom ignored. That's an aggressive switch. That's a big miss. That Magma Storm is in the sun. And that Crunch does a huge amount of damage because this thing is Terra Water for reasons I do not know. Because it wants to be a better switch-in for Charizard Y. But now it can get Solar Beamed. But you know, the Solar Beam switch-ins, but it's dead now, so... U-turn. Sometimes the world just tells you you're not going to win. And that's what the world has told Finchy. I don't know if he has the ability to kill anything without a Magma Storm. He's built such a defensive, slow team. And Rai can sustain through it. Obviously, wouldn't have been able to had a Mon or two been trapped and eliminated. It's unfortunate, but I failed to find sympathy after the battle I saw Eevee lost instead. And also just clicking U-turn and Volt Switch all game isn't that interesting. You could have set up hazards, perhaps. Would have been a bit more impactful. Roaring Moon has plot armor, apparently. I mean, in fairness, Magma Storm not in the sun isn't going to do a ton, but it's still a big deal. That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Still winnable? How do you kill the Roaring Moon after you trap it? I don't see how you kill it. Doesn't it to Crunch do tons? The one in the sun was massive. The first one was huge. Oh my god. If you tried running Lava Plume, you'd have got a burn by now by the time you've been able to hit these 30%. You've got 4 burns. They gave this close combat as well. I think I knew that. Scorching Sands. That's a cool move to give Charizard Y, actually. I'm glad they gave it that. And this is 6-0. Wow. And just when you thought the Red Hill Regirock were into playoffs for... Is it the first time or second time? I actually don't know. Honestly, it might be the first time. Feels weird to say that, though. They get 6-0'd right back into the fight of it. Seems harsh, but Roaring Moon had plot armor. Yeah. Wow. Rough. First time. You did get a bit scammed last season by extrasensory flinch, I recall. I don't know the sets of these mons. This is sad. Right. We got the Dien's Deino up against the Bolton Boldore here. Not before purple. What is this sprite, by the way, from Nelson? I've not seen this. Delphox into Rapid Spin. That is an alpha. Clicking Rapid Spin turn 1 is based, by the way. That is cool. Then getting yourself red carded out actually kind of worked perfectly for Nelson, who is just going to U-turn. But free damage, and damage is what you need against this very chatty Mon, who, I mean, is just going to invite another Rapid Spin here. Umbreon, Glad, Synchronize. Works very well for Nelson, in fact. Really awkward for Sword, who needs to break this Ordino at some point. Baton Pass into Cinderace. U-turn. Oh, high jump kick. Bang. Shit not given. You're telling me they didn't give this close combat? Oh, it's dead. Okay, right. Well, that is indeed the Scarf Bird. Cool. In comes Gholdengo. And it tricks to get some leftovers. Pretty cool. And there's Scarfed Leaf Storm doing a lot of damage to Mega Ordino, who doesn't really want to power be in against basically the one thing that can break it. Well, Sword now switching out. Knockoff bangs Mega Alakazam in the face, as it does Mega tracing the incredibly helpful ability of Healer, and recovers. Okay, can it Calm Mind in front of this thing? That's the question. Well, Gholdengo's going to come in. Whoa. Surprising Focus Blast. Very, very rough Mega Alakazam game, it has to be said. Gholdengo and Umbreon. Leftovers given so that it doesn't have to deal with Eviolite. It's quite funny. Sulkia on 2 Mega Ordino. Superior is in on the Wish. Toxtricity lurks, especially knowing that that's scarfed. Not anymore, it's not. Okay, right, now it can glare. Now it's doing a lot of damage. Nelson, struggling to find a switch in. But Gholdengo is going to come in. It's going to Dazzling Glare. All right. Boomburst Redneck. Gets the throat spray. And in comes this fella. Punk Rock. Oh, Terra Flying. Shift gear. Let him cook. Boomburst. Wouldn't it be Terra normal? I mean, Overdrive kills? This is a turnaround and a half. I'm about to see Toxtricity do something for the first time ever. It's literally just rolled the cleanup from Nelson, the 3-0. And the London Lunalas are suddenly in the playoff fight as well. You'd have thought they were safe. Not to be. Right. And we've got the Cheshire Combees against the Ontario Oshawott. Where are the Oshawott? There they are. You want a beach? Said the Bolton Boldore to the DN's Dino. Also, channel point prediction. Hello, channel point prediction. Channel point prediction. Who will win the feature matchup? The Bradford Bulu or the Plymouth Pachirisu? The W matchup. WWW. And we got Tim on for it, but he ain't going to be on for this game, which the Bolton Boldore very dearly would like to win to keep them into playoffs, which, as you know, this is Miles, so they're obviously going to lose. The DN's Dino need to win in order to stay top of the pops around here. They're bringing the Fry, cool boy. Need to open with it as well, Banksy. So we see the Toxic placed on the eel, always nice. Get that thing chipping down. Thunder Punch will power, though. I said I'd be very happy about that. But it does, of course, prankster parting shot, right? Indeed. The U-turn comes through, trying to take advantage of the Florges into X-Plow. What's this X-Plow cooking? An overheat. This is going to be Wish to Scout. Yep, okay. I am worried for Icerdo. Moonblast. Now Scarada. Stealth Rocks go up. Is this going to be knockoff bonk or U-turn bonk? Take your pick. Toxic Spikes. Oh, shit. They gave it that as well. I forgot. They gave it all the stuff. Flame Orb is slightly revealed, unfortunately, and that's really sad. Getting a Focus Sash back after you've been burnt and failing to burn your opponent. Sad times. Well, Regis, does it get spikes? It gets Toxic Spikes. It's placed them, but Jiraiya does exist and can soak them up as X-Cloud comes in, looking to try and force a switch, but it's just game. The Lopunny shouldn't be able to break. What the fuck is X-Cloud? I mean, that's quite the crit, it has to be said. But I said I went for it, and he got it. That's what matters. We've seen a big fake out here. Slowbro looking for some cheeky Rocky helmet. No. Okay. Because it's Mega, of course. I'm sorry, there's just so many Slowbros and Slowkings. It's impossible for me to remember who has what, but cool. Flupkey does have Mega. No one else has Mega, I believe. And Eelbell Megalopony is cool. Less cool when it's dead. Here comes Talonflame being sacked off to the #1 gods. Please, in Gem 4, do not pick X-Cloud thinking it has Boom Burst. It does not get Boom Burst. Boom Burst is a Gen 6 or 7 move. Just before someone does that. It'd be like literally tier 5, probably. Energy Ball does some damage. Knockoff gets rid of the Assault Vest. What stops Meowscarada winning at the end, though, other than this fella, who needs to be real careful so he can get that Prankster T-Wave off that matters. Encoring into Energy Ball, but this is valuable HP on the Volbeat. I guess it can Roost, or it can U-turn. Eel in, very tense finish here. Eel to do the work. Who is going to kill Mega Slowbro? The questions continue to roll in. Meowscarada, of course, physically hitting will kill. If given the chance, Azumarill down. I'm surprised that Azumarill was given to the gods. Here we are. Eel will come in. It's not breaking a Mega Slowbro. I think that might be it. Para fishing unsuccessfully. Does Flupkey take the win? Oh! No. Not yet. We've seen stranger things this week, let alone all time, but Volbeat in. Big Bug Buzz. U-turn. Desperately needing a para for the win. And it's not happened. All right. And the Bolton Boldore will be joining the playoff clusterfuck that is Miles Conference. And the DN Dino will stay at the top, likely indeed securing a top 2 spot. Flupkey does not mess around. Respect that. 2-0. Tidy finish in a good battle. Now we have the Combees against the Oshawott. Now the Ontario Oshawott, I, for one, have no idea what any of these mons will maybe doing. Will it all be a bait? Is it Banded Golem? Is it Cosmic Power Mew? These are all complicated questions. We do have the Leeds Litwicks up next, though, so rest easy. We can rejoice soon. Also, I should turn the light on. Why has nobody predicted on the featured matchup yet? What's going on? You guys okay? You actually, are you all that scared of losing channel points, or do you just kind of accept the channel points immediately? Like, what? Not a single person bed. Unbelievable. I'm upset, but you know what? Not surprised. Okie dokie. Doug Trio lead, looking to try and catch Torkoal, and does so indeed. Quick Stealth Rock, though, on a yawn. What was it going to be? I don't even know. That's surprising that it's Stealth Rock. Terra Fire Eruption. And suddenly, does this outspeed? It's got speed! It outspeeds the Slow King. Rapid spin. And down goes Torkoal, but Slow King being down is a big deal, although the sun has gone. Stealth Rocks will go up. Dragon Dancing in front of the Doug Trio as Bennett comes in. Attack? No. A second Dragon Dance. Greedy. Too greedy. Destiny Bond, watch you attack now. Yeah. Well, that might be game. I have not seen the Ontario Oshawott win via means other than Mega Charizard X. But the Memento, that's not going to be the hottest baton pass anymore. But can Tornadus actually kill this thing? That is the question. Venusaur in on Tornadus is brave. Nasty Plot has come through. That is okay. What's it got? Sleep Pat? No, Toxic. It might be enough, thanks to the Hurricane Miss. You're going to need another one, and another one is not given. Needed to play around with some funky switches to Golem, but frankly, at +2, does Golem really switch into a Hurricane? Not really. And Hurricane will hit Bleak Windstorm. It's not even Hurricane. It's Bleak Windstorm. Like, how is that missing? Hidden Power will kill the Golem, and that'll be that. The Cheshire Combees dismiss Ontario Oshawott, although Toxic exists. And Mew should, in theory, always be PP stored by Ditto. I don't even know if it has an attacking move. Belly Drum? Is it Zen mode, though? Is it Zen mode? Gangster. It is Zen mode. There we go. Cool. Look at that nose. Love that. 2-0 for the Cheshire Combees. we have just 2 battles left, just 1 unfeatured. And of course, it is the Jersey Jolteons and the Leeds Litwicks. Can the Leeds Litwicks continue the hunt in the securing of top 4? Stay in the conversation for top 2? You never know. Future Sight goes up. All the screens have been placed. And frankly, I don't see a default other than Rotom. But in comes the anchor. Gets fully parried by the Prankster T-Wave. And Bloody Fairy will take that as Future Sight all day long. Here is the parting shot. Atch all set up now. Gets the rain up as well. It's a perfect first 4 turns. And then Brick Break. Brick Break Delmies. Now that is an answer. Hurricane confuses the Slowking. Arctovish in. Who? Leftovers Arctovish. What is it? It's probably Water Absorb, actually. Super Fang misses, yet it's definitely defensive. That's brutal. Lead Seed blocked. Substitute there. And so it begins. Does the Grassy Seed thing proc on substitute? No, it doesn't. Okay. Subleech taking the sting out of this Rain team. Very smart. There's the Water Absorb. Ferrothorn in on a Freeze Dry, which has to be said, does not do a lot. And I'm a believer back in. Here is the angry spiky boy. Missing a gunk shot. He won't be happy about that. I'll believe it back in on... Oh. Oh! What is Phalius doing? And what... I mean, I guess there's just no switching for this thing, huh? Hypnosis! Hypnosis Iron Balian, and it hits. And a crit to kill. A crit that, in all likelihood, probably mattered. Jesus Christ. In comes Rotom Frost. We've seen this thing clean up before. Blizzard. Hits. Delmies. Light screen. Darning shot. Elba. Bonk. Brickmate Delmis is cool, but it is parafused. And Kilowatt Troll is going to come in. Rotom Frost is there. Weather Ball action for the boys. Ferrothorn in on the switch on the Blizzard. That's a lot of damage. Slowking in on the switch, not wanting to catch any... Well, it was a Protect. The rain will last. Future Sight will go up. From Snarl is like, more screens for me. There's a Chili on another Leech Seed. Power Whip. Bonk. Phalius really just needs to run this Ferrothorn down, but the leftovers and the Protect. It does, of course, get broken by Future Sight. I don't think it's going to be enough. And with the snow up, Blizzard ain't missing. Down goes the Ferrothorn. That's huge. For really not too much in the way of cost for the Leeds Litwicks. Going to be Terra Ground Super Fang for 30%. Right. Psychic Fangs break screens. That's a thing. That is an interaction. It also used on a dark type, right? Freeze Dry to kill as well. That was a sequence from the Arctovish. Terra Flying Hurricane says, "Hi, I do lots of damage." Delmis is like, yeah. What's the answer? Slowking. Hurricane misses. Future Sight goes up of all the moves. Hurricane hitting for 50% still. How does Hurricane miss, by the way? What? It's raining. Is this bright powder? Utility Umbrella. What? Ignores weather effects. Isn't that goggles? That's weather and powder moves, but not effects. Utility umbrella. Where do they come up with this shit? That's really cool. That's really cool. I've never seen that item used. I've never heard of it. And huge. Oh, VC Sunak would like to reintroduce himself. This is really close. Grimsnarl's going to set the screens. And Arctivish needs some leftovers recovery, but the reality is his light screen is up. Vicious Rend. I guess, you know, you can never Psychic Fangs to kill. Can Kilowatt Troll. Oh! Psychic Fang's huge. Breaks through the screens. Why would you switch into... PP stalling via misses. Well, Hurricane will hit. There's still 8 left. In comes Slowking. 53%. Fire Blast will hit and kill. That must have been close. Jesus. This feature is going to be a bit scuffed. Okay. Well, we got one battle left here in the penultimate week, and it's nice. Where is Tim? Because we have got the feature matchup coming right up, and I have transitioned straight into that because I clicked the wrong button, but you can still hear me, and that's completely fine. You get the idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the featured matchup in HD. This is going to be a fantastic description. I am joined by Objectively Tim on mobile. Therefore, when I share my screen to the replay, he can't really tell what's going on unless I zoom in this much. So we are really zoomed in. You can't see the team that Tim has brought, but you can see the team that Flo has brought. Was this the team you were expecting? Tim, take it away.
That's a great question, Steve. I was expecting Slurpuff and Underpom. I think I was expecting a Mega, but I don't really know.
Yes.
I will pretend I know what it was.
That's true.
Also, that Octopus thing is annoying, and I dislike it immensely.
That's good. So, what are you planning to do on turn 1?
To be honest with you, Steve, I played this battle a week ago.
Okay,
I can't remember exactly.
No problem. Let's find out. Dealer's choice. So turn 1, you open with Cloddy. That's the Clodsire. Now here's your opponent. You see, this is an FOV. This is a POV battle, right? So you are Tim's Mon. Tim has thrown you out. This is Cloddy's POV. So when you've got Cloddy out and you feel like you're Cloddy, Tim, how do you feel about the lead Slurpuff? Are you thinking maybe like webs, or is it going to try and set up in your face?
Well, I thought it was going to set up in my face, and I was okay with that because it's unaware.
Nice.
But then I didn't know it got webs, and then it clicks webs, and well, spoilers, but it clicks webs.
All right, the webs are but the spikes. Got some synergies with these toxic spikes. Okay, all right. Ah, the yawn. But you got 2 layers up. It's just this annoying fella who you're going to have to stop spinning with Sableye, right?
Yeah, apart from the fact that it has them.
Right. I'm worried, Tim. Yeah, look at you. Yeah. I like that. You perfect switch as well. Get the Mega off, can bounce them spores back, knock off the Eviolite. This seems perfect play to me.
I can't bounce the spores back.
Oh, because it's...
This is the second time this season I forgot about this.
Tim, mate, I didn't know either. That's dumb. That's not your fault. That's Gen 9 being horse shit. Right. But that's
Do
okay. You got
have any
sleep
sleep?
talk? No, okay.
No, I do not have sleep talk because I was not predicting a sleep Mega Sableye, but it doesn't matter because it wakes up.
Yeah. Okay.
So pretty neutral overall. I'm kind of annoyed that there's still webs down.
Oh. You stayed in. You really wanted that knockoff.
I don't know, to be honest with you, Steve, I don't remember why I've seen it.
No, I can't really figure it out.
I thought it might switch into something that wasn't
You were predicting Flo to predict you to switch out because you switching out was so obvious that you thought you'd mind bend.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a confident play. But unfortunately, it's not really. It's not worked out in this case.
I'm not actually sure if that was what I was thinking, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
it's okay. You do switch now to Clodsire in front of.
Clodsire can eat a Moonblast.
Yeah, I mean this toxic damage ain't messing around, is it? Toxic spikes.
Yeah. And then it's this thing again.
And
I click protect because I was trying to. I don't know what that thing can do, to be honest with you.
Whoa! Big gunk shot.
No, I'm asleep.
You couldn't hard switch in the Kartana. Would have blocked the Spore.
I didn't really want to think sleep, so Clodsire had to sort of take it.
You got PTSD of hard switching in Kartana before, I think.
Yeah.
Understandable.
This thing has to come in because I have to click tidy up, and subsequently it dies.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's that.
Well, down goes Mousehold. It's a 5v5, but you got the Rock Dog in. But the Veil still. Oh.
I don't actually know what that was for.
Well, at least Kartana's lived your hard switch in.
I should have gone into the Clodsire rather than the Kartana to break the veil, but I didn't. So there's that.
Burner sleep turns though. It's okay. You can fake that it's water absorb.
It's just dead. I think the fact that I left it in on the possible belly drum. Slurp off was a big enough.
Although you could have just been gunk shotting at the start, it's brave.
Yep.
But then, yeah, I guess with you already full HP, Flo didn't really have much to lose.
As Flo said, this sword sort of just perfectly counters most of my draft. I don't really like it.
Oh, that is brutal though. That crit jarable is not okay. That's not okay. You've been violated there. IEC violation. The circuitry has been violated.
This versus Snake as well, I think.
Oh, the recover's finally coming off. Here we go. The comeback. I mean, Ninetales is the main breaker here, and it's quite low. Maybe this has something, though.
What?
What the? Huh? Look at this. You are popping off, Tim. The toxic place from the Mega Sableye. You got hopes of turning this around and winning the battle?
No, because my Kartana has no health.
Kartana don't need health.
And there is a fat fish.
Okay, there's a fish. I'll give you that. So the Kartana comes in, forcing a switch out from the Ninetales. Big knockoff.
I do read it, but it unfortunately kills the Shadow Sneak, I think.
Stonks, don't stay in. No, oh, you do stay in, but you still get the kill. You live, you tanky Kartana. You're running bulky Kartana.
I think it's just a shit pair of swords, to be honest with you, Steve.
That's okay.
This was a prediction of a fake out, but I get U10, which I guess is fair.
Ooh.
And now there's Hail Up again, and I can't really do much to stop that.
I think you might have wanted to go into Arcanine there.
Yeah, I actually think I would have wanted to go into Arcanine too, but I actually did.
I cannot argue with that.
Now I do.
You gonna rock polish and win the game with head smash?
No.
Okay.
I think it's. I don't remember what it says, to be honest with you.
That is unfortunate. I don't know if you can really turn this now.
I can't.
That was close. I like your builds. There was just that's sad.
There were some good sets that didn't get to do anything. Like the mouthhold was the item that prevents the secondary ability to fake out and bomb.
I
Because I thought that was
see.
funny.
So here's the
I think
scenario.
it still probably would have died.
For the rest of us. There is the scenario. It was a 3-0, unfortunately, for Tim. In fairness, I think this reminds me a little bit of your last feature match to Tim, but it was better. You didn't click Dark Pulse on Scrafty. I'm a bit scarred from that last time. But equally, kind of could have won if you didn't just get scam crit by a gyro ball.
So I think there was a bit more playing around. I would not forgetting abilities is, I think, very useful.
Fair enough, yeah. Fair enough. But then the professional thing to do would be to blame the loss on RNG because you got a bit unlucky at one point. Then you can move on in peace.
But I think Flo gamed. Flo deserved the win, so.
Okay. That is good. Where are you hoping it puts you? Because we can find out now with the standings that with the super.
I think I'm last year and second last.
You were 4 and 5, Tim. What happened?
Yeah, I was 4 and 5. People realise that you can't just sit and then they can say, "I do things." You know.
I see the effects of it. I don't know, but I see the effects. Do you feel like the Tampa Turtwig are going to beat the Buckingham Bonsly so we get a proper 8-8, 8-8, 8-8?
Well, Vex has asked me to beat Isodo for him. So,
okay.
You know, we'll see.
Cool. Well,
I don't know when we'll play Isodo, but that might happen at some point.
Next week, you do play Isodo. The Dakar Drapion do play the Nottingham Noivern. Mimikyu, Sleeper Snorlax. Pachirisu, Skull and Samurott. Lunala's against Regirock. Beast Battle. Hoopa Vs Oshawott. Jolteons against the DN's Deino. Combees against the Bonslides. And the Tampa Turtwig against the Litwicks. Wow. So, assuming that the Bolton Boldore, well, you may not consider the Bolton Boldore safe. Which 3 teams out of the ones you can probably see me highlighting do you think are going to be in playoffs from Miles?
I think she's boring and cringe and I hate it. I think Sword is as well. Although I think the I don't know if Sword has just had a rough second half of the season, or people have realised that actually she probably did bring something for the Soul Cube. But I think the Mondiff for those two is pretty good. And then where does players go down to? 8? I can't count.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's gonna come down to the Mon difference, which is why the Sleeper Snorlax's loss to the Dakar Drapion hurts that much more when you realise that they probably should have been 9 and 7 with like 12 Mondiff. It's a bit brutal. It's a bit brutal.
It is a bit brutal. We'll see if Vex wins against Luke first.
Yeah.
I believe in Vex. I think.
It's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah.
But Miles, Miles is kind of boring. You kind of drew the short straw by going in here, Tim. But next season, gonna be stonks. Whatever conference you may find yourself in, if you choose to come around for another round.
But I will be around.
Bolton Boldore. last matchup of the season. Tim, thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving me the first ever POV featured matchup. It looked honestly fantastic. Give us the feedback. If you want every single Draft League game to be streamed from that perspective, where you are the Mon on the near side, do let me know. I know it was probably a fantastic viewer experience. And with that being said, do join ! Discord, because the next stream isn't going to be for like 9 days because of the World Championship for Rocket League, which is a thing that's happening. And I gather a lot of people are attending. So, yeah. So we're going to have it on Wednesday. Do we have a featured battle? Well, it's hard to say what battle is the most important. The only battle I think that has such high implications that it could potentially be featured would be like the Portishead Ponyta against the Morsecoon Mimes. But even then, like, the Mimes are always in. So I don't think we will have a featured matchup, to be honest. So Sniper against Thomas is big. Yeah. That could be a feature matchup. If it ends up in a scenario where it's like win and in, lose and out, especially. So pretty stonks. We will see. Tim. Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. Discord, as always, is there again. And I look forward to catching up with more POV replays. Thank you. And goodbye, stream.